Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Gaming Nerd Live. I'm your host, the Gaming Nerd, and tonight we're going back to our original roots, the thing that brought so many people to this channel. Today we're talking about reactor controllers. Now, in order to have a proper discussion about reactor controllers, we have to have reactor controller testing. And I was in the midst of building one of my favorite things to build, a reactor controller test environment, which I started last time we were streaming. And I figured, you know what, you guys probably, if you're sticking around to see the reactor control results, you might want to see the process in which this is designed, or at least constructed. And so, yeah, I thought I'd share with you the process as I finish it. We're at the stage, we're just getting ready to add the controls, and then we're going to add some more. I've already taken the liberty of modifying the 5-component controller that I mentioned last time, which, just to give you guys, I don't even know if this will work right now. If I were to run this, what would happen? This would, okay, hang on. We're going to have to, I'm going to switch to my analytics page over here so I can see what's going on. And I believe we are live. We are. Okay. We're going to move these 2 channels up here and add a couple gates. So that we can control when they are active and when they are not. Okay. So, we'll start. Oh, hello. Is there somebody there? It says there's somebody there. Welcome to the stream. Or welcome back, hopefully. We are starting with Wi-Fi over here. We'll need a Wi-Fi channel to control the start and stop. And when it's not running, it should be shut down. So, with a not component between them. Where's my not? There's a not. And we'll have, come on. We'll make this a start channel and make this a stop channel, and this can only start the reaction, so I'll put this into here. Signal out from here goes into this one, which will say set state, which means the true signal from the buttons can only turn it on, and when it is not on, when it is on, this one must be off. Set state, and we'll also take that off signal and I'll put it in here, and then we'll transfer that to the set fission rate. So what that's going to do is that's going to allow our fission rate and turbine output signals. I'm sorry, brain fart. Hello, KK Guitar. How are you tonight? All right, and this one is, we're going to put this behind a couple ands. If this one, I'm going to put a NOT gate down here. I'm doing pretty darn good. It's a beautiful day in Atlantic Canada. Nothing's on fire, which I can't say for everywhere else. And I'm happy to be where I am. I mowed the lawn today, which is a production for me. I take it very seriously. And hang on here. So we're going to say signal in comes from this AND gate. Yep. And then the NOT signal comes out to here. So what we have here, we have 2 Wi-Fi channels. When this Wi-Fi channel receives a signal from a button, it will turn on this relay, which we need to make sure is off by default, and turns it on, which, because of this NOT component here, also turns this one off. When this one is turned off, this relay down here is turned on, and when that relay is on, it is fed this, hang on here. relay component. Okay, we need the no, hang on. Which one am I looking at? This one here. Yes, okay. So when this one is off, its signal, the state out signal, which will be a false or a zero, is also sent down here into the relay component. See, it says state out, send in as a signal 1, so that when this relay is on, the reactor is disabled without having to shut it down. Fun times. Now let's add some channels here. Move this over here. Move this whole collection of things a little to the right, and then we can add some labels. Yeah, actually, like I get people pulling over to the side. Like I really take my lawn mowing seriously, and I'm not as bad as I used to be. I used to have a laser pointer. I know it's embarrassing, but I like the dead straight lines. It's a huge point of pride for me. Yeah, there we go. And stop will be down here. So we're gonna have to give those channels. Let's call those 110 and 111. And here will be 111. Yes, yeah, it is OCD. My ex used to call it attention to OC detail. Okay, no. There's not a lot to do in maritime Canada, okay? So this is the turbine out signal. It goes to here. And the fission rate control signal goes to here. And then from here, they go into the reactor. Like I said, I don't do the laser pointer thing anymore. I was just so proud of it. Like I'm waiting for a magazine to show up and take pictures. I know it's not going to happen, but it's, man can hope. Okay, so now if we put these buttons here on Wi-Fi channels 111 and 112, or sorry, 110 and 111, that was a test. See who's paying attention. 110, 111. This into here. Put this into here. Now, oops, really threw my mouse across the floor. Okay, so that's data, which is going to come from over here. This is our data logger. So this one's kind of fun. It's got, well, we got to have a few channels here, don't we? So the way this works, it looks a little complicated, but it's actually quite simple. This is a color combiner. So this one takes RGBA, which is for those of you, I've talked about this in other videos. This is a nifty little thing when you need to group signals together. Another term would be a muxer and a demuxer, although there's no really demuxer now that I think about it. So RGB and A are 0 to 255 values that define the intensity of the red, the green, the blue, and the opacity of the signal that goes in. You feed this RGBA signal into a light, you get different colors of light according to what you fed in. However, it is the light device that imposes the restriction from 0 to 255. You can put 1 million, you can put 3.14159, you can put whatever signals you want into these, and this will not change them. It's not restricted or truncated to 255 until it gets to the device. So what we can do is we can say, for example, this is going to be, this is just a time, kind of like a frame step. We'll put, let's put say here. Okay, so this one will be, what do we got? Reactor temp, power, and load. So 104, 105, and 106. All right, we put them into here. Call this 104. Into here. 105. Here. And then 106. Into here. And now what that's going to do is that's going to spit out those 4 values separated by commas, and that's going to go into this relay here. Now, this relay is also receiving this channel here, signal in 2 from this relay, is receiving pulses from this oscillator over here. And those pulses are what's contributing to this adder component. Right, so every time there's a pulse, this adder component increments the value stored in this memory block, and then as that number climbs, we have this value. We can make that a little bit better, can't we? We can make this actually directly related to time. Give me a sec. Hang on. Yeah, take that out. I'm gonna flip this around here. So, no, we don't. Okay, so this is there. This is there. This is our AND gate. We need a memory block, a thing to define how fast our frequency is going. Call it 20 hertz. And then that goes into here, signal out. Goes into this set frequency box. And then we can put a 2 more math components here. We need a multiplies. And we need exponential, and call this -1. So what this is going to do, so if our frequency is 20 hertz or 20 times per second, -1 means it's a reciprocal or an inverted fraction. We put that 20 hertz into here. That turns that into 1/20th. And we plug that into here, which multiplies the value of the memory block, which is the number of ticks. Hang on, what am I doing? Okay. Signal out into here, multiplied by the number of ticks, which comes from here. And then that multiplied will go into here. And that'll give us a time. So, yeah, that's a little bit more complicated than it was a second ago. Now we need a clear button. So that... Okay, so these signal blocks down here, this one, when it receives a 1 from something, it spits out a 0 into this memory block. And I think it also spits one into the relay up here. So it shuts down that relay. I think we want to shut down this relay, actually, now that I think about it. Okay, yeah, they're the same. Okay. Where's the not? Okay, we want the not component over here. Okay, yeah. So we'll clear the data with this button here. This button here goes down to this signal block here, which just puts a new header. Time, power. Time, target, power, temp. Yeah, let's do that. We'll rearrange it. So this is temp, power, target, temp. Okay, just rearrange them a little bit. And then we're going to rewire this arm button over here, which primes the thing. And so when, hang on here, when this is equal to 0, then we want a Wi-Fi channel here. Okay, and this comes into this Wi-Fi channel here. We'll call this 113. 113, this is the armed signal. Okay, so we're going to put some lamps over here to indicate when we're ready. Data logger ready. Test mode select. Control select. Okay. So this is gonna be a 113. Let's do Hey, we got a second viewer. Ho ho ho! We keep doubling like this, it'll be at millions by the end of the night. I make that joke every time. I doubt it gets better. Okay, clear data. Test mode select. Controller select. Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, there's been a couple changes. Just a couple. Reactor controllers are now mostly pointless, except for, well, they were, especially the Bang Bang controller was completely nerfed. Which is fine. I get the devs. They want people to be more engaged with the reactor. Okay, I'm going to pitch something for you guys, and you tell me what you think. I personally believe that you shouldn't start the game with a nuclear reactor on a sup. Start with something like a diesel engine, right? It needs maintenance, it needs monitoring, but it won't overheat, right? It goes through fuel, doesn't go through fuel rods, no radiation threats, so on and so forth. And then as you progress through the game and you get better and better as an engineer, you unlock other devices like engines and such. I think that's the way it should go, but I'm just a humble nerd. And not so humble. 14. No, call this 13. I know I called the other one 14. So we're going to have to update that one over there. This is 14. So this one will say signal out here, set state. Signal out to here. Here, set state. Signal out to here. State. Signal out to here. State. Think for a system that they could do just like how, yeah, exactly. Exactamundo. Now, I'm sure that this is like, I don't know if you guys ever watch Big Bang Theory. I'm not a huge fan of it. People equate me to Sheldon all the time, and it pisses me off. 110 start stop. Okay. Anyways, there's a guy, I forget what his name is, but he's like, oh, I came up with this awesome idea for a flying car. But to fab stuff in it would also, yeah, exactly. And the guy's like, oh, yeah, okay, tell me more about this flying car. He's like, oh, it's a car that flies. You know, don't eat. And he's like, well, how are you going to do it? And he's like, I don't know, you're the engineer. Put fabs and stuff in. Yeah, exactly. I think, okay, Barotrauma, Undertow, if you're listening to this, the thing the modding community needs right now is very clear and distinct, or explicit documentation of XMLs, right? All the things like what is a conditional, what is a status effect, what is a conditional status effect, what are the parameters, what can you feed them, what can you not feed them, what the hell is picking. So yeah, if I were to make one request from Undertow, which by the way, if my understanding is correctly, Undertow is like a company of like one guy, so we gotta cut him a little slack. I don't really like, the guy's done a great job. The game is flipping amazing. So we can't expect a whole heck of a lot. But that being said, okay, what is this? This is I think this is 113. The data coming out of the data logger. Yeah, that goes down into here. Set signal in. Okay. And we'll put a regex on here. No, put a signal check. It doesn't need to be so fancy. And when this is equal to that's our header. We're going to put our header in here. And then we're going to say, okay, this is our output signal for this thing. Set output. And it's also our target signal for this thing. Put that in here. Signal in here comes from this memory block. And when this is, oops. Oh yeah, fake fish, is that what the other? Yeah, fake fish is more than one person, but I believe undertow is, if not one, very close to it. Output one, target signal one. No, target signal is already defined. So this comes into here. I believe this is 114. So that's is the data been cleared? That's nope, that's 113. Okay. It's 113. This one should be 114. This one is 112. 112, yeah, data. Okay. Yes, but there's a cooks in the kitchen kind of limit there. Too many cooks in the kitchen, you know what I mean? Just because some people would love to help doesn't mean they're qualified to help, or I don't know. You gotta be careful. Signal out, signal in. This is where you're gonna get your data from. This is 112. Like, don't get me wrong, I'd love to help with the design of the next, I don't know. I'm trying to pick something I love. Oh, my old flame, Dodge Stealth. Had a project card. She wound up rotting to the core, and I had to get rid of her. But every now and again, Dodge teases a new stealth, and I'm like, take the McRib. They bring it out every 5 or 6 years just to get people's attention. Okay, hang on. Let's fix these. We're gonna make these all green lights, range 15, so that they don't blind us. Okay, power consumption 0, and they all move down. Ooh. Okay. Now, test mode select just has to be not 0. So that will go in here. This is controller select. Test mode select is over here. Oh wait, no, there's a Wi-Fi there. So that one, yeah. I always put the outputs down and the inputs up high. So don't ask me why. I always done it that way. Signal in. I don't remember what channel this is. Probably 115 if memory serves. Call it 115 just on a guess. The bot, what? Okay, hang on. 429 cubic inches. Somebody got a calculator for me. You want to I'll do it on Google right here. 429 CI in liters. Yeah, there's like a 7-liter engine in a car that was like, oh, I don't even want to know what a 1968 Mustang gross weight was. 1969 Mustang curb weight. Yeah, through almost 3.5 tons. No, 2,000 pounds, and yeah. I don't understand imperial units. I know that a lot of my audience is American, so I try to keep things in your imaginary units, but I am Canadian and it hurts me. My soul dies a little bit inside every time. Relay. Oh, it's a 5. Okay, so we gotta come from here. Yeah. Wait, there is a Wi-Fi component in here. Where's the Wi-Fi component? There's the Wi-Fi component. Okay, so that's on channel. Why does it say 109? Control select is 116. Okay. 109. 109? 109 comes in here. Ah, that's a 109. Okay, I'll bet you. Yes, it's 116. This is 116. Yeah. 1970s was also leaded gas. So there's that. Okay. So when your data logger is cleared, this light goes on. When your data logger is ready, this light goes on. When you've got a test mode selected that's non-zero, this light goes on. We've got a controller selected that's non-zero, this light goes on. When you press this button, the test starts. When you press this button, the test ends. And then you collect your data out of here. Wash, rinse, repeat. Okay. The only thing I haven't finished is this part, the test mode select. Okay, so we need to, that's the load oscillator for the dynamic load. I need a bigger sub. Hang on, we're gonna move these a little bit closer this way. Move these, oh no, hang on. There are two other countries, hang on, countries using Imperial. Liberia and Myanmar, whichever. But here's the thing, okay? In I think 1971 was the Paris Accord for where they ratified the sea creatures in Europa see the lights on the submarine. They have eyes, so I would say yes. But in on Earth, if you go down deep enough, there's this threshold where sunlight never penetrates, and the creatures down there are either extremely sensitive to light or have no eyeballs whatsoever, because light is so rare. Anyways, I want to finish talking about this 1971. So 1971, the Le Système International, or the SI system, which we now call the metric system, was ratified by, I think, 17 countries at first. They were all got together and they agreed upon the 7 fundamental units of the metric system, which are the second, the kilogram, the candela, the amp, the volt. There's a couple more. I don't remember exactly what they were. But the point is, there were 17 countries. And they agreed that there would be a fundamental reference for the kilogram and the meter, which are the weight and, mass, not weight, mass, and distance. Okay? And they would keep in, I think it's Geneva, they have these platinum iridium alloy, they call them prototype kilograms, and that is the reference standard for the metric system globally. They use that alloy because it doesn't rust, and so it therefore doesn't lose atoms and will remain as consistently as possible over the duration of time. Now, we have since transitioned to a number of waves of a certain wavelength of the color orange or something that's a definition of a meter, which is messed up, but it's a universal constant. You can't change the number of wavelengths in a frequency of light. However, all of these countries that signed the accord, right, all these countries that agreed to use a metric system, they each get something called a prototype. That means the first one wasn't the prototype. First one is a reference, all the second ones are the prototype. So they each get a prototype kilogram and a prototype meter to take home and calibrate all of their rulers and scales and everything with. Each country gets a copy of their own. However, one of the countries that was the original 17 demanded that they have 2 prototypes because they were that much more important and needed that many more than everybody else. They got twice as many as everybody else. Okay? The one country of the 17, the United States, demanded 2 prototype kilograms and 2 prototype meters in order to sign the accord. And then they took it home and they said, yeah, it's too much work. And they said, no, we're not going to do it. So they are technically metric in the United States. If you look up the definition of an inch, it's 2.54 millimeters. The inch is measured in millimeters. I get uppity because I lived in the States for a while and I was really ridiculed a lot for the way we say Z number 1, because X, Y, Z is a big thing for engineers. We say it a lot. And number 2 for the metric system. Like, why? So I will argue about the metric system until I am short of breath, blue in the face. Yeah, well, we use them both in cars because the same cars are sold in both Canada and the United States. Pop quiz. What country sells the most models of cars that are not sold in North America? What car manufacturer makes the most? No, I don't like metric. Okay. Are you defending Imperial or are you just trying to get me triggered? Because I think you mission accomplished if you're going for the latter. Okay, so here we go. Load oscillator. Okay, I'm going to move all this junk. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. Move it a little bit to the right. There we go. Okay, and then we need to have the load. Oh, hang on here. There we go. Load. Controller. Why not? Okay. I'm guessing by your name, you look. It sounds American mechs. I don't know. I don't want to be judgmental and don't want to make assumptions. How many inches in a foot? Oh, we lost a viewer. Hang on here. We need memory here and memory here. I understand the not wanting to learn a new system, but do you remember when you're really in young school, you learned how to use a calculator instead of doing long division and multiplication by hand? You did it because it was easier, right? You did it because made it easier to make more accurate calculations, right? So there was an adjustment period, but it worked out in the end, right? You can do things now that you couldn't do before. Like nobody wants to do square root by hand, right? Nobody wants to do logarithmic equations by hand or trig tables. Ugh. Okay, 12 inches. So how many feet in a mile? I think like 5,270, 720, something like that. Yeah, it's 5,280 feet. Right. So then the obvious next question is how many inches in a mile? TGN cooking. How's it going, Pero? Oh, Pero has a new bedtime that he's abiding by, partially because he needs to be conscious and functional during the day, and partially because Baldur's Gate, which I've heard good things, haven't played it. Okay, so this is going to be our first value here, and relay. Not value here. Yeah, we're going to do something similar to that reactor controller that we had before. Don't know what. Yeah, I'm not certain really. I just hear a lot of very knowledgeable and nerds that I respect saying good things about that game. Okay. So from here we need a timer, which means we need an oscillator, memory. So this is going to be our. Just trying to figure out how we're going to lay this out. So this is going to be our signal. We should, yeah, labeling things would help. Okay. So basically, if we want to do start value. Oh. Okay, so hang on. This is the time, step time. There we go. So basically, what we want to do, I want to do 4 different types of tests. I want to do startup, a shutdown, a step change, and a dynamic load. 5,000, yeah, 63,360. Yeah, if it's 80 by 12, it would have to end in 60. So yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna put this down here. Step time. This is gonna be okay. Run stop. Okay, because these are not actually going to be memory values. These are all going to be Wi-Fi channels. Okay. And here's a fun fact. So systems of measurement, like the metric system or imperial, are defined by the root, like the root unit for anything like distance or mass or whatever. The root unit is decided as the one that is easily distinguishable by humans as discrete from another value, right? Which is why in metric the gram is not the base unit of mass. The kilogram is the base unit of mass because a human can't tell the difference between 1 gram and 2 grams, right? So the next unit up is kilograms, and we can definitely tell the difference between 1 and 2 kilograms. Okay, not that we can know precisely what they are, but as long as you can tell them apart. This makes, if you've ever seen the, hang on, I'm going to change to a different, I find a thing here. So length, units of imperial. The fundamental unit of measurement in the imperial system is not the inch. It's the barley corn, which is 1/3 of an inch. Where is it here? There, this one. If this picture doesn't justify, is this it? No, where's the really high quality one? I'm looking for a good high resolution image that I can see in whatever. Open image in new tab. Okay. Can you guys see this if I bring this over here? No, that's I need the desktop. So desktop. Okay, this is the metric system or imperial system. Inches are right here, right? You've got the foot and the yard, and there's nautical miles, there's furlongs, there's ropes and steps and ells and spans and cubits and links and palms and digits, fingers, pica. Like there's twips and pints and poppy seeds and barley corns. Right, this is all of the different units of length. This is just length. This is just length. Right, these are all the different measures and how to convert them. Right, so 1 fathom is one cable is 1,000 fathoms. One fathom is 2 yards. So that makes 1 cable 200 yards. But like that's relatively straightforward. But when you look at this, you got 25, you got 11, you got a 5 and a 2 and a 2 and a 7/8 over here. Like this system is indefensible in my opinion. Like this can't be justified. Not in the modern world. Sorry. Anyways, where were we? Okay, back to here. Okay. So we have initial value comes in here. That's going to go into this one over here. Signal 1. And value is going to go out into this value here. Signal 2. And Run stop. Okay, so we're going to have an oscillator here and a memory block here and an addition. Oh, wait, hang on. It goes here. Here's my addition block goes here. And a greater than symbol. Where's my greater than? Here it is. Here. So when you hit the run stop, okay, it's going to toggle this relay on. When this relay is on, it passes the steps from this oscillator, which will be, yeah, one step is fine. We don't need it any more frequent than that. It's going to come out here into this addition block. No, actually, a meter is 3.3 feet. Not trying to be pedantic. I feel like that should be something that should be clarified. Signal in, signal out. This one goes here to set state. Step time. Yes. Okay. And we'll need one more Wi-Fi here. No, we need one. We need to make sure that something. We're gonna agree to disagree on that one, Max. Because like it's not. You're right. This is something that goes by person. I'm a former educator. I've always found it easier to teach metric than imperial, but yeah, for purposes like for just like ballparking stuff, 30 meters, 100 yards, it's comes out in the wash. Really, you're absolutely correct. The layman doesn't need ultra precise measurements or conversions. Okay, but for example, I'm sorry. Um, the other day I was cooking something and I needed to know. I wanted to know how if I was going to be overproofing my bread at 95 degrees Fahrenheit in the oven. Now I only say 95 degrees because there's no way to turn the oven to Celsius. So here I am saying, okay, minus 95 minus 32 is 63 divided by 9 is 7 times 5 is 35. 35 degrees should be fine, but I shouldn't have to do that calculation. That's the problem when you've got a world that lives in 2 units. This is why. Do you know what happened to the Mars polar lander? Did you ever hear about that? That was like, oh man, like 2015 maybe. You have multiple countries working on the same thing, and the country that works on the landing sequence did their programming in inches, and the part of everybody else was working in millimeters, and so this $5 million spacecraft goes hurtling into the polar ice caps at however many 1,000 kilometers an hour because it was a mismatched unit. Just instead of nice gentle landing with some core samples, we get pancaked right into the. So there's the remains of the Imperial system's consequences on polar ice cap somewhere in Mars. Hopefully they didn't use a plutonium. What do they call it? Thermoelectric cells. I forget what those are called. They were because of measurements. Off because of measure. They were off because of programming units, essentially, not the measurements, but the units itself. It tried to calculate where it was, and it was off by a factor of 25. Okay, so this one is. Okay, so if test mode is less than 4, yeah, okay. Okay, here we're gonna put a okay, so this is, I have 4 test modes. I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. If it's on 4, I need it to move to the dynamic load, which I'm going to put over here, right? And then anything that's not 4 is lower than 4 is going to get this static, or well, binary load. So this is a 4, and if this 4 is greater than the number from, oh shoot, which one's this one? Mode select is this one here. Okay, so channel is 115. Okay, so if 115 is less than 4, then the signal out coming in here. Oh, set output and set output. Okay. I really hope this works. This is getting real convoluted real fast. Okay, and now we need to put these same bits over here. We're going to rearrange them a little bit. Okay, so we're going to flip these around. And this one here, signal out, goes into the set output for this one. Just make sure that your these greater than components don't have a false condition, otherwise it'll mess up everything. Okay. This goes to, hang on. Target load is 103, I think. Is that this one? 103, okay. So that means this goes to 103 and 103. I've done 0 testing up to this point, so it'll be interesting to see if this works. Because if not, it's gonna be some troubleshooting. Okay. This one's holding steady. Okay, so we start back over here. Clear arm. Why aren't those on? Okay. Oh, I'm missing some labels. Mode select. Controller select. Start. No, not doing. Something's wrong. Okay. Relative. Okay. Like I said, this is gonna be one of those things where we agree to disagree. Not upset by it. Hang on here. What do I got? My okay, so clear data was 113. This was 113, and this was if this one is. I think the target signal here was what was defined. Target power temp. When I press this clear button, it should send that thing into here. So well, let's go check what that was. Clear. Now check our data. Target power temp. Should be off. Okay. This is going to be our static load. This is startup load. So we go past all this. That means our, oh, that's what our missing right here is our values. Okay. Okay, so here we're going to give these channel numbers. What are we at? 115, 116? Okay, so this will be 117. Where's this 117? This 115. This 103. Okay, so I know this looks like I'm over labeling everything, but I think this is important to make it readable in the future. 118. Okay. Okay, so if this is startup, then we have to put these, make some of these 1 and 2. Okay. Let's make all of these slightly smaller. Okay. You know what, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to go this way and this way. Okay. And then we're going to say if this one is, okay, hang on here. Signal check, signal check, signal check. And oh, and now we need relays. Okay, so we call these 117, 118. 7, 1, 8. Okay, so if this, oh, I already got them in here. State. State. Clean these wires up a bit. All right. Okay, and then this, yeah, we got this. Okay, so now these guys here going to channel 1. These guys here going to channel 2. Okay, and yeah, we need to turn all of these off. Okay, now this channel 1 here goes to this one here. Same thing for the other guys. And then channel 2s go to the other one. Okay. Now we need to assign some values. So startup is going to start at 0, and then go to, say, 10,000, which is halfway. Have this one's going to start at 10,000, go down to 0, and then step change will be, say, 5,000 to 15,000. Okay. Let's see if this works. Okay. Okay, so clear our arm. Mode select here. This one here. What's going on? Why isn't that working? Oh, that'll help. 113, 114, 15, 16, 10, 11, 112. Okay, 116 is the controller select. Yep, okay. Yep. Okay, test mode select. Controller select. All right. Begin. End. Okay. So we got all these ones. Now what's going on here? 110. Here's the problem. Right there. Should be working. What's this one? 103. 105. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. 103. That's in. That's 105. Hang on, what's this one? The signal out. Okay. This is our load creator over here. 103. Is a signal out? It is a signal out. So where is 103's? Why is there no? Not that there's any difference between these two. Good morning. The computer be looking tasty as always. Yeah, it's a bit of a contraption here. But your compliments, flattery will get you everywhere. Okay, so this starts off. Make sure these are all connected to outputs. These are connected to inputs. It's an input here. Set state. Stop. Okay. 105. Which one's 105? 105. Is that cooked up to... Pretty sure that one works fine because it works when I don't use... Okay, yeah, that's the signal in. Okay. I'm paranoid. I did this the other night for a stream and it died. It just completely just shit the bed and didn't save, didn't do anything for me, and I was really upset. Okay. So let's go through these a little bit and see what's going on. Get my trusty screwdriver out. Okay, so clearing that sets the header, arming that. This should be unpowered and unpowered. 114, is that an out? Okay, what's 114 again? Oh, it's over here, the data logger ready, okay. This is our mode selector. I'm gonna have to go make these things all visible again, but I know for sure what those values are. Now, init value should be 117. And ending value here should be 118. Step time, actually no, this should be... Make this a 10. No, this doesn't even, it just needs to be a memory value, not a... Okay, yeah, not a Wi-Fi. Call this 10 seconds in. Okay, and then this run stop is the one that's really going to be... Think you'd ever make a reactor controller that's just so unneedingly long, its only purpose to make people fear picking the engineer job in your campaign? Yeah, that happens when they do patches like the ones they've been doing. Okay, so if this is and this one, okay, so hang on. This one goes to a set state. I need a knot. Where's my knot? No, it goes over here. Okay, so if this one is active and this one becomes active, then we send in a signal out. We convert it to a 0, although we don't really technically need to do that. We can just change the component directly, but that's fine. What is this channel again? Run stop. This is 110. This is 111. Okay, step time is 10. This one should start at 0. Oh boy, hang on. Yeah, we need to, when we stop it, we need to set that 0 also over to here. So that one resets too. All right. Let's try, oh, hang on, we want to fix all these ones. Hidden in game, I don't know how that happened. Okay. Data logger, clear and armed. Mode select, startup. Load controller, we'll try the 5 component controller. And begin. Nope, didn't happen. Okay. What happens with this one? Is there anything reading anywhere? I should be putting memory blocks that I can check. Trying to make a complicated cog for an oxygen system. What's it called? The mini subs attached to main sub drone? No. The oxygen system for that, it didn't work. Did I finish wiring this? I did. Signal out and signal out. This one is a pulse one. Goes into here. All right, let's just start adding some memory blocks so that I can read things, so I can look at them and measure what they actually are. Memory. And we'll say target and output, and controller select, test mode select. Okay. Right. Okay. I don't know why those, it should show up in the text just fine. So, is these two? No. I need 3 more. I need turbine, fission rate, and load. So we're going to put this target load value. This target load value is going to come all the way over to here. And this one here. What? Okay, now I can at least go around. Timer infinitely counted down. Mine or yours? Oh, yours. All right, so this says 1, 0. This is 0 fission rate. Okay. Does it have anything? No, it doesn't. Okay, so nothing's getting to 101. 101, that's 102. That was one that was lit, so that should be getting through there. Did these change? 106. That should be load? No. That one is heat potential, so that's 107 now. And this should be load. Yeah, 105 is now 106. Let's see if that makes a difference. How about you that works? Come on. Come on. At least these are all zeros now. It's a 1. Oh wait, that's supposed to wait 10 seconds and then take off. Okay, yeah, we're well past the 30 seconds. Okay. Why is this getting a 1? Where's that coming from? 103. 106, this should be 107. 106. This should be a 10. 106 is load, so 105 should be this one here. You guys have it? Yes, a 2 and a 0 and 1. Okay. Aha. Here. 117 and 115. Yeah, that'll do it. 115, 117. I wonder what happened to 116. 115, 117. Something sending a 0 where there shouldn't be a 0. One 16. Controller select. Okay, so is this to make these ones 116? Yes, it does. Okay. That's that one. 115. Initial value of the load controller. This should be this one. 115. Oh, I should turn these all off. Bet you that it might have something to do with it. Oh, they are all off. No, that needs to be on so they can distribute that noise. 105. Why is that a 0? 105, 106. 14. I'm just going around checking on my Wi-Fi's because apparently there's more than a couple that are jacked. What's this one? 103. Okay, 150. What? Oh, it's controller select. Okay, so this one would be here. Is this one? This is 116. Okay, so this one needs to be a 116. All right, give it a shot. I'll give it a shot. Why are you counting? You shouldn't be counting yet. Is this just default on? Yes, it is. Okay. No, load's not showing up. Okay. So these lights up here are what create the load for the reactor, which means this is not getting through. 110. Okay, how about let me put a light in here and put a signal check block down here. And when this is on, okay. Um, okay. Yeah, that run stopping ain't running or stopping. Did I get that in the right slot? Signal in 110. This should go over to here and make this. I don't know. I don't know. If you don't put some sort of switch on that, then hang on. That is the 116, which is which one? This one, controller select. Interesting. Wi-Fi component signal out from 116. Which one is 116 and why do we care? Oh, I should probably put labels on these guys. Wi-Fi component channel is 109. $116. Okay, why is it sending that just as a controller number to 116? I'm so freaking confused right now. This one, 103. So that's the load. 116 again. Okay. 106, 105, 104. Okay. I don't know what I changed, if I changed anything. Do I still have viewers? I forget what I've... Oh, I got 2 people still watching. More than we had the other night. Okay, so now this should be 1 and 0. Why are these 1 and 0? Oh, am I quiet as ever? Okay, I'm probably mumbling. Hang on, I'll turn my mic up a little bit. How's that? Is that better? Does that make it more audible? Yes. No worries, man. I live to serve. You guys are the bread and butter of this community. If it wasn't for you, I'd just be sitting here mumbling to myself. So I would much rather have the company. Okay, so what was I just discovering? Okay, so these guys are wrong. This should be 0, and this should be 10. Okay, 10,000. And this is 10,000, and this should be 0. Okay, maybe that wasn't wrong. Okay, clear. ARM, startup, 5 component. Okay, where is my initial value? This should be 1. Why is it 1? It should be 0. $115, $117, $118. Hang on, I forget what those wires go to. Jesus, Murphy. Christ on a crutch. My memory sucks. So 117 and 118 is what those should be. I thought those might be dubious. 117 and 118. Okay. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here we go. Nope. Here it's supposed to be chugging. Timer is 10. What is this? 25. Man. Oh, there's no connections out of there. Set state. Set state, state out. Okay, when this one is... Do I have this backwards? God damn it. Okay, I got these backwards. Hang on. So it goes here. No. Set state, state out to not here to here. Now that also needs to reset whenever. What was this one over here? This is a 113. 111. Okay, whatever. We'll give it a shot. See what happens. I'm hemorrhaging viewers. Here we go. Not bad. Although the timer did nothing, it started right away. Okay, here's the fun part. When we say stop, we should have, oh, our data didn't update. Okay, this needs to be triggered by the same thing that triggers everything else. So, begin is 110. Okay, yeah, there's nothing here to start it, so we'll put, what do we channel? What channel did we say we needed? 110. All right, let's try this again. Nice, Project Zomboid. Wait, hang on, Project Zomboid. Where's my Discord? Oh, I turned my Discord off. Oh, somebody on my friends list is playing Project Discord. I'm guessing it's you. Okay. Arm this one. Begin. Well, at least it's starting when it should. Nothing in the value. Well, it does dive down pretty sharp. That's weird. Why did it erase the data? Like all of it. Even the header that I put there before I started collecting information. Return to editor. Any thoughts there, Larndy? Well, we can do a startup test just fine. Let's try the other one. I don't think it's going to make a big difference, if anything at all. Nope. Didn't work a smidge. Not even close. Means my multipliers are off. Mostly just listening. Okay, what is this? This is 20,000. This is 100. This is 10 and it's not connected to anything. Okay, that's a problem. Multiply by 2. That might do what was something to do with why that didn't do anything. All right. And when we turn it off, it drops even faster. Okay. Now I wanted to, please tell me that data record. No, data did not record. God damn it. Because I think that one goes down faster than the other one, which is good because that's what prevents the damage. Run stop should be out. Signal in, not component. Why am I doing it here then? I don't know what I just deleted. What was that? Channel what? 114. Which one's 114? 14. Data logger ready. Okay. Okay, yeah, when this was a not, that's what that was, okay. Oh, hang on. Give me 1 second, folks. Oh, was it making a sound? Oh, thank you. Was it making a sound? Was it making noises or something? Okay. Cell phone delivery service. Okay. So we need a not component in here. Right there. Okay, this is a state out to here, to here, to there. And that's ready. Okay. Now, this has got to be 110. You know what? No, it'll be, we'll use the, yeah, we'll use both 110 and 111. 110 and 111. Signal out to here. Where's this come from? Yep. I think I need another not component for that one. Yeah, I do. Okay, this is almost done, folks. Because this is why our data logger wasn't running. Okay. What, channel 114? There we go. Now it's recording. Awesome. Okay, this is perfect. All right. We got it up. And let's get it down. Oh, wait, it turns off the data logger. God damn it. Oh, man, that did go down pretty quick. Okay. We need to fix that because we need to be able to capture that end. Okay, make this 119, I think is where we're at. 119. 119, that goes over to here. All right. One last time. Okay, clear ARM. Select startup mode. Select 5 component controller. Begin test. Okay. And then we'll go down here. We'll say end. Goes down to 0. Wow, it was quick. and say stop data. Okay, now we can take this data and we go, okay, we're gonna escape here. Okay, Notepad++. Okay, so we're gonna turn on word wrap. Uh-oh, was that it? 202. Oh, shoot. Hang on. Something here is limiting it to 200 characters. Is it this one? Probably this one. Yeah, it is. Crap. And this one, channel, holdable. You need to have a lot of room for a lot of characters there. Why is your character severely depressed? Eh. Well, basically what I've done, memory blocks like this one down here generally only hold 200 characters. I've expanded that number to 2 million. And it's taking that color component that we talked about at the very beginning of the video and stacking all of those numbers one at a time. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. Oh, I don't even have to look and I know what I'm doing wrong. Okay, this concatenate needs a semi... Oh, it does have a semicolon. Damn it. Better than I thought I was. So yeah, so you just copy and paste it into a text file. All right, let's see what happens. Going up. Does that make sense? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a really good descent curve. I'm very impressed. Okay, so we say stop data. Okay, now we take this data, copy it, Control C, switch to Notepad. Why is it still 256 something? Oh my goodness. Something is inhibiting it from sending more than 200 characters. Okay, data. Oh, what's this? Data. Oh, not that one. Data here. 2 million. No, copy that. Concatenate block. There's a problem. There's your concatenate. That's the one. It won't let it through. Okay. No, oops. It's not what I wanted. All right. That was it. That was certainly it. I'll bet you this next time works just fine. Just the way we want. Notepad++? You have a problem with it? I'm just teasing, buddy. I'm not that combative. I'm fucking Canadian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop data. Take this data. Control A. Copy. Now you can see this. There we go. Alright, Control H. Replace all semicolons with new line characters. Replace all. Replace all commas with tabs. Replace all. Okay. Now, MATLAB. Oh, nice. Where are you from? Where are you from, eh? You betcha. Tell me about it. You got that right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're in BC. I hope you're not on fire. I have sisters out in BC. Okay. Where's my need to test? What? No. Okay. Test equals 1. Alright, now I can load this up here. Say paste Excel data. What the heck? Oh, okay. Hang on. I need to open up a. I'm gonna do this off page because I don't want to expose my Google Drive more than I already have. Oh. Okay. Control copy. Okay. Copy. Paste Excel data. Okay. Okay, so that's test 1. Let's do it again for the other one. What is that? What is what? MATLAB? MATLAB is a data analysis software that I use for my thesis. It's what I'm most familiar with, so it's what I do most of my analysis in. Okay, hang on. ARM, clear ARM, startup test. Go to this one, say begin. See, this one doesn't even, what? Oh, man, we changed something, didn't save it. Would have been up here. This guy. This one? I think this needs to be 106. Yeah, that's a 106. And this needs to be 107. Yeah, okay, no. 107, 107, 106, 105. It worked that one time, didn't it? Ay, 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 ay. $275. Okay. Why the hell did that do so poorly? The feed forward controller should be super responsive. Yep. Totally not doing squat. Which means the reactor is just going to get hotter. So let's try this at like 100. Nope, still not doing nothing. Something's wrong. Something's on the wrong channel. 106. 107. Let's make this 107. No. 106. 105. Is this one 105? No. Okay. Big brain moment. Greetings, Google Craft. Google Craft. Nope, still not doing nothing. Scheisse. Top of the morning to you. Alright, well, I want to go back, switch back to MATLAB for a second and show you what we got out of this. So we can say plot, test 1, versus, what do we say? This is power load, okay. test all the rows to 3, call it that red, and hold on. So for some reason I thought our load was 9600, okay. And then we say plot test 1, test, which is 2, which is our response data, blue. All right. And now we see, okay, so from find, okay. X equals find test 2 is greater than or equal to 0.9595 of times max test 3 first. What? Oh, 311. So test 311 1 48.8. So we say plot 48.8 48.8 and then get CA things K dash dash. What? Y lim. Okay, so now okay, I was trying to find the rise time to hang on here, find test is no, okay. I'm basically trying to find the first moment that it's 95%. You know what? The plot has an explorer. We can just do it that way. Okay. So if we go here, data points here. Where's the tools? Data tips. Okay, so we're looking for 9,600 or 95 because we're going to 10,000. No, 9,600. Shoot, what's 95% of 9,600? 0.95 times 9,600. 9,120. So this controller took, when I said 9,120. Okay, it went over 95%, which is in engineering what we call rise time. It rose in 30 seconds. No, that doesn't sound right. 30 steps. Huh? It did not take 30 seconds to get to 9,000. Took much less than that, in fact. Okay, why are these all starting at 64? 64.3. Okay. 29.9. What? Okay. Hang on. Time data equals test 1. Oh, it's inverted. Well, thankfully, this program has a function called flip up down. There we go. And was it the same thing? No, the other data is not inverted. Is that how fast it went up and how fast it went down? Did it take longer to go down than it did to go up? I missed that. Power data equals test 2. Oh, let's flip it again. Flip up down. Oh, you know where this is from? I know where I made the mistake. Okay, hang on. Plot time data, power data. Okay, now, okay, so oh, I get it. It's still rise time going this way. Oh, it did drop rather precipitously. It does say 30 seconds. All right, let's go back to in-game. Okay. Is this already recording data? No, it's not. Can't be. Oh, is this already recording timestamps? No, it can't be. Okay. Well, you didn't pick a test mode. Test mode. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's not 30 seconds. Not even close. Like, just for shits and giggles. Hang on. Yeah, I can't move these manually. I just want to see how fast I can get it up there. Okay. Let's restart this again. Need a way to interrupt this. Well, I would just disconnect things. I'll manually send a 10,000 to this thing. Okay. Hang on here. What channel was these? This was 110, 111. Okay. Get rid of these. I don't need these anymore. Oh, Google, I just realized, are you asking what this thing is that I'm making? Is that what the question was? If you're still here? Oh no, the other software, this one here, is that what you're talking about? This is MATLAB. It's data analytics and processing software used for, among other things, academics, research. Oh, hang on. Home. Is there a way to? Yeah, it does pretty much anything you want it to. A lot of people say that it's not a language. It's not really. It's more of a oh yeah, no, I'm not up to date on one thing. This is less than entirely legal. Hang on here. I need 3 buttons. I need a start, a stop, and okay. Button, button, button. Okay. When I push this button here, I want this output here. Oop. Sent through here and here. This should be 103. Okay, and then when this one is pressed, I want to start the data collection. And I want to press this one, I want to stop the data collection. Nope, signal out. Nope, it was supposed to be signal in. Because I want to see if I have, like, it's a pain in the ass to do it in front of you. You have to sit there every time. But it'll be fun to know whether or not I can do it, as much as I'd like to think I can. And this is 103, and we'll make this 10,000. No, what I'm doing is I'm having, you'll see in a second here, I've got this mess of stuff here records certain channels and saves it to a data block here, and then I can cut and paste the data out. So technically, yes, I'm doing it by hand. You start, record this. Why didn't that go? Can I do this? I can. Why isn't that load? See, meanwhile, this is recording data. So this is 110. 110. There should be a toggle. And stop. What were these ones? I forget what those were. Should be 103. Had a target load. Oh. There we go. That'll do it. All right. Why is that not sending anything? What channel is this on? This is on 103. This is what it should be. And this is listening for target signal from the button, and it should be passing along this 10,000, which it should be. Something else is forcing the thing to stop. Okay. All right. Well then fine, you can play that game. There. I think that'll do it. Nope, didn't do it. Okay. I'm butchering this whole thing that I made just to prove that I can do it by hand. Why the hell isn't that working? Let's try something slightly different. No. Oh well. Doesn't matter. We're not here to test my reaction time. We're here to test the reactor's reaction time. Okay, so let's hook these back up. All right. Anybody have any other ideas for things they would like to test for reactor controllers? Oh, whoops! I deleted hull. Apparently. I'm very sad that this didn't work. I thought it was working. Nope. A little bump and that's it. Something's wrong. What's this one? Factored by 100. Oh, that'll do it. Yeah, that'll do it. Nope, still not doing it. God damn it. Oh, man. Hmm. There we go. There's what I wanted to see. Okay. Son of a bitch. It didn't start recording. What the hell? Okay, clear arm. Oh, I guess it's clear arm. What the hell? Oh, I know what's going on. Haha, I thought about this when we were doing the... You're gonna laugh. Alright, so this is the data logger thing. I need to flip these around because right now it's sticking all the new data at the top of the file instead of tacking it on to the end of the file. That should save me a lot of grief. Still there, Lardy? I think we're gonna find some... Oh, shoot. I think we're gonna find something out here. 2, 3, 4. Okay, copy. Back to Notepad. Paste. Control H. Turn semicolons into new lines. Place all. Turn commas into tabs. Place all. Copy. Then I can put this into my spreadsheet on Google. There we go. That first line. Copy, and now I can paste this into MATLAB. Okay, test 2. Check this out. I'm pretty sure that doing it with the feed-forward controller dropped much faster. See, look at this. This makes more sense. Okay, hang on. It's data, no. And data 2 equals test 2, column 1, power data equals power data 2 equals test 2, column 2. Okay, now, okay. Fig equals figure. This might be a little gobbledygook to you guys, but I've done this a million times. Normalized editor position. Making almost full screen on the other screen here. 0.5, 0.9, 0. Okay, h axes equals no. H axes 1 equals subplot 2 rows 1 column number 1. Plot time data, power data. Okay, now h axes 2 equals subplot 2 1 2 plot time data 2 power data 2. Okay, so here are two. I should superimpose these. Okay, hang on. CLF, clear figure. Oh, clear figure. Okay, H axis equals plot. No. Oops. H plot equals plot time data, power data in red. Line width 2. Screw it, 3. Hold on. And now plot time data 2, power data 2, blue. That, guess what? Not a lick of difference. They both climbed at the same rate and they both descended at the same rate. So the feed-forward controller offers no benefit whatsoever. Well, that's good news for the community because that means the 5-component controller is that much easier to make and control. All right, folks. So what we're gonna do is we're going to switch to a Typhon, and I'm going to show you guys how to build this thing in a real life situation, or in a in-game situation. For those of you who haven't seen my other videos, because this is already pretty similar. Okay, so Typhon 2. I'm gonna go over here. We can turn spawn points off. Okay, I always like to be able to turn these things on and off, so in case I need to get in there and manually control something. So you're gonna want to switch, which is down here. And you're going to want a relay here. Then you're going to need 2 divides, 2 memories. Oh, it's in there now, isn't it? Divide, yep. Okay. Oh. And a multiply. Where's my multiply? Okay. So one of these is going to be set to 75. And the other one's going to be set to the maximum power output of your reactor. In this case, 5200. But as you do upgrades and whatnot, you need to adjust this constantly. So this is 5200 for now. And then you're going to wire the fuel out. So this is the heat potential of the fuel that's in the reactor. We're going to take that out. Break it out here. It's going to go into this signal block here, number 2, and we're going to divide 75 by this value. So that's 75 divided by the fuel out. Okay. And then, oh, sorry, this value here, the reactor output, I apologize. It needs to be your reactor output divided by 100. And you're going to take your load value out. So let's make this green. There we go. Load value out. It's going to go into here. And you're going to divide the load out here by the value that you put in this memory block. Now you're going to want to cap both of these from 100 to 0. And you're going to take out the output from this one. You take down here, put this into channel 2. And you're also going to take the output of this one, put it into here, multiply it by this value, and put this into channel 1 of your relay here. Channel 1 is going to go to your set fission rate. Channel 2 is going to go to your set turbine output. And then this switch is going to go to set state here. And if I've done this right, okay. Pretty good load following. A little slow on the uptick. But far better than native control. I mean, like, we could turn this on. It's a little late for that now, but let's watch what happens when you do automatic control. A lot more sluggish. What's your idea? I thought of a way to make the reactor more reactive. The way I thought was to control only the temperature, put the turbine output to 100, then put 4 fuel rods to the range the needle to put 4 fuel rods so the range that the needle needs to travel is really small. Okay. You want me to test? Okay, so always leave turbine output at 100 and manage power with reactivity. Okay. Yeah, let's try it out. Why not? Okay. Um, What? It's a reasonable idea. Like in real life, it would kind of make sense. My entire message got replaced with an emoji. Emoji, is that one of those new ones I'm not familiar with? All right. So how are we going to control this? Give me 1 second here. We're going to say, no, we're going to open up the reactor test room. We're going to copy this thing here. Okay, now let's go back to the Typhon. I'm thinking a combination of the Bang Bang. Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll put a Bang Bang controller on the turbine output. How about that? How's that sound? Good compromise, I think. Yeah, we're gonna put a relay on the shit because otherwise it's gonna blow up in our face. Okay. So this one is just gonna be if the power demand is lower than the load, or sorry, yes, then this is just 100. Otherwise, it's 0. All right, no, that's gonna be our turbine output. Now, let's move something. Let's get rid of this decorative wire thing. And where's my assembly here? Let's put this feed forward thing here. Now, I've never done a feed forward controller for the reactor. So that's just going to be, oh boy. Okay, so a feed forward controller, you put in the current state and into a model, right? So this is just basically a proportional model saying, you know, if you put in X, it multiplies it by Y and your output is X times Y. That's all this is really saying right here. And so what you do is you try to predict the response of the system in the next step ahead by feeding the current state into a model. So you feed it the forward condition. So backward feed or closed loop, I think is another term for backward feed, is you take the current error, which is what I'm going to wind up doing here. We're going to say we want to aim for 5,000 degrees, right? That's our target. And we need a subtract block. Where's the subtract? Sub. There it is. Okay. So we're going to take our temperature out and we're going to plug it into here. Set point minus value is equal to error, right? And if I did a shit poor job of describing feed forward controllers, it's because I don't fully understand them myself. So 5,000 is what we want. Okay, now we're going to also divide it by 5,000 so that we express everything as a nice fat percentage. D is up here somewhere. Divide. Yeah. So instead, this is going to say what's the difference from our target value and our current value, and then we're going to express that as a percentage of what our target value is. Does that make sense? Guys, I am totally winging this at this point in time, so I'm curious to see if this is going to work. So this is going to be our error as a relative. So if this is, our target's going to be 5,000. If this thing spits out 7,500, that's going to be 2,500. It's going to be what's left. No, minus 2,500. I think set point minus, yeah, so minus 2,500, which means to get to your set point, you have to come down by 2,500. I know, which does not make sense. Okay. Hang on here. Give me 1 second, guys. Draw IO would probably be better for this. Yes. Okay, give me 1 sec, guys. Okay. Give me 1 minute here. I need to go into my desktop, my window overlay. Oh, no, I want desktop only, which is what we're looking at. And I want to make this just a little bit bigger. Okay. Transition. There we go. Okay. Signal comes in here. Oh. Okay, this is your set point. Target value. Okay. And it's going to go into this big box. We don't know what this box is for now. Okay, and the arrow goes from here. This is system. This is like 3rd year engineering, FYI. So, okay, so at some point, hang on, how do I do this here? Okay. So this out here is your actual value. This is the classic example of this is an oven, right? You want it to be like 350 degrees, right? That's your target value. It's currently like 200 degrees, right? This is a minus block here, plus minus, right? So what happens here is that this is your actual value. So what here is your target minus actual, which we call error. Okay, so this is our big questionable box. Oh. Oh. We don't know what's in here. This is a big fat question mark. Right? But what we can do is we can put something in here that adjusts this signal to fake it in a way that our error changes, and we can, like, for example, if we want to make a system that's slow respond very, very quickly, we can pretend like the error is large, right? This is like if you go to BAROTRAUMA, hang on here, and we say, go to the Typhon, right? Like here's how I could power up the reactor very quickly. I go in here, put this thing up in here, turn this on, and then I jam this up to here, and then bring it down, right? Did you see, like, I didn't need to go so high with the reactivity, but by oh shoot, I didn't want to close that, and I closed it. Start that up in the background. So by faking a signal that we can control, we can manipulate the signal going into the plant. This is called a plant, right? And so this is how you would, this is the basics of control theory, right? So one way to do it is to say, okay, let's we'll put a box on here. Oh, wow, I don't know what that just, wow, what the hell was that? That was neat. No idea what I just did. Oh, okay. Anyways, this is going to be the error times, I'm just going to call it a KP, just a multiplier, KP. Okay. So we're just going to say, okay, if the error is 0.2, let's make it 1 with a multiplier of 5. So all this does is that this exaggerates your, hang on here, where's my, I can't remember how to explain this properly. This just exaggerates the error by a multiple, right? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to explain. It's a PI and a D controller, which I did in a previous video, but that's okay. Right? The PID is a bread and butter of control theory. You don't need to, like, there's different ways to calculate how a system responds to inputs, whether they be static or dynamic or impulse or like long steady state sorts of things, right? Like my system dynamics professor, he did his thesis at Purdue, and he told us about how when they were studying engines like Napier-Deltic engines, which are massively complicated internal combustion engines with 3 crankshafts that have to be moving in unison. And opposed, like 6 each set of 3 crankshafts had 6 opposed pistons, and it's so complicated that you can't mathematically model the system forwards. But what they would do was that they'd weld, like they'd have the drive shaft sticking out the front of the or the back of the engine. They'd weld like this massive plate onto it at a 90-degree angle on a known distance, and they had literally like a $10,000 sledgehammer, because that sledgehammer had A, very clear center of gravity markings, and B, was extremely carefully machined to be a very specific mass. And using high-speed video, they'd smash that hammer into the plate. It would drive force into the drive shaft. It would like turn the engine a little bit. And by measuring the vibrations of the plate, and by measuring how much energy was put into it by the speed and momentum of the sledgehammer, they could back calculate a model of the motor. It would be approximation, of course. You made me discover PID with your video. Okay, if you don't mind, and you probably, if you're talking like you've heard of it before, I'll give you my description of how PID works. Okay, imagine you're trying to drive down a mountain face with 3 people in the back seat telling you how to drive. Done this before. The first person is looking at you're trying to go at a controlled speed, right? Obviously, if you're going down a mountainside, if you is laying the brakes too long, you're going to overheat your brakes. If you don't put your foot on the brakes at all, you're going to warm up your brakes. So everybody has a good idea of exactly how fast you should be going, okay? And now you start from a dead stop, all right? And let's just say you want to get up to 30 mile an hour. The first guy, we're going to call him Mr. P, all right, is flipping out because the distance between you and where you want to be is absolutely massive from his perspective. It's 30 times what he wants it to be, which is, well, 30 million times, because he wants it to be 0. He wants it to be dead on. But the closer you get to 30, the more he calms down. right? But then you're doing like 31, 32, and it's taken him a minute before he starts noticing and caring that you're going faster than 30 or slower than 30, right? But his voice is directly proportional to the difference between how fast you're going and how fast he wants you to go. Now, the other one, Mr. I, is integral. He measures not just the difference of how fast you're going, but how long, like historically, how long you've been off like that. So again, once you start from a dead stop, he's right there beside Mr. Fee flipping out because you're not going fast enough, and you're historically the data under the curve, right? The amount of space between where your line is and where the line they want you to be is very large, and they're both flipping out. They want you to go really fast. But what happens with P&I is that they accelerate you very quickly to where you want to be, but they overshoot hardcore, right? Like if you look at see if we can find a PID simulator here. PID simulator. Control simulator. There we go. No, we don't want this one. This is lame. Something pretty. Oh no, it's just the Nichols PID sim? Nope. That might work. No, it's a downloadable. Gosh damn it. What a wolf from Alpha. Anyways, Mr. D. He's the chill guy. Okay. No, I want to see a step PID controller step response. Mr. D responds to how fast. Is this? No, we're not going to find it here. God damn it. Oh, widget. There we go. Computing. Come on, Wolfram, you can do it. I believe in you. Yeah, sure. I can explain how to tune it. Which, like, we'll talk. There's a whole bunch of different ways to tune a PID. It really depends on the nature of the model, whether it's a first order system or a second order system. But usually PIDs are good for second orders with no dead time. Otherwise, the P and the I get all wound up. Let's see here. PID tune. No. Okay. Tuning PID is it's like an entire study. Like it's okay, hang on here. Okay, hang on. MATLAB PID example code. We'll just do it in MATLAB. Okay, PID tuning examples in code. Nope. I saw what I'm looking for though. Come on. Continuous time. Okay, ZPK. Okay, let's just let me give me a sec to set up this example, and I will we'll show you how to tune a PID here. Okay, hey, look at that! I was shopping at Amazon. Keep an eye on that. Okay, MATLAB. Close this. Clear all. Clear this. Okay. One of the problems with MATLAB is that you have timers and persistent variables and functions that are running in the background, even when it doesn't look like it's running, they're still in the background. So I wrote a little program called Nuke that just gets rid of all of them and lets you know when it's done. Okay, so CLC. So we need to find a transfer function that we're going to control, right? So we're going to say, call it the GP, which is just a plant transfer function, is equal to TF. Don't care what don't listen to these, don't pay attention to these numbers. They're not really that important. It's just for example. H equals 1. This is going to be our standard. Okay. And M equals feedback. So this is, remember we had a system that looped back into itself. This is our uncontrolled system, feedback GP. And now we say step response of M. We can say run this. Yeah, I don't really care where this goes. We'll just put it on the desktop for now. Change folder, whatever. What? Not enough input of TF. What? Not enough. What's GFP? Continuous time transfer function. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. I don't know why that didn't work. Maybe we need to look what's in here. No, it's not what I want. Back. Oh, okay. That's what I'm missing. H. Okay. So, okay. So a step response is we say, go from 0 to 1 instantly. And the system responds as fast as it can. So it gets there eventually, but notice it only gets there by 0.5. Right? It's not, it's half, it's off by 50%, and it took 7 seconds to get there. Okay? So let's create a PID controller. We'll call it KI K underscore P equals, come on, equals 1. K I equals 0 for now, and K underscore D equals 0 also for now. G controller is equal to PID of K underscore P, K underscore I, K underscore D. All right, now let's look at that again. Okay, and we're going to say M of C is equal to feedback of G plant times G C of our controller times H step MC. Okay, why did that do that? Oh, it's because we've got oh, step MC grid on. Okay, yeah, so proportional gain, this makes sense, did nothing, right? We said a proportional gain of 1. So the system did not respond. It was responding to the error the same amount as the original one was. Does that make sense? Because like there's a blue curve and a red curve here, and they're overlapping, and but they're the same, right? If your proportional error, if your proportional response of the control, okay, that makes sense. Okay, now Let's, okay. Let's try this. I really wish I can get this to come back on the screen. Okay, so now this, can I dock this? I can. All right. Hang on here. Get rid of this, close, and dock this over here so that we can get a, no, I want this side. There we go. Okay. So now as we've doubled our proportional response, and we're still only at 0.7, right? Now, hang on here. Highlight the KP variable, right click, increment and run. Okay. So we'll, yeah, we can respond this and make this a 3 and run. Now, for Pete's sake, why won't that stay here? Can we anchor this? No, we want to keep this. Oops. Okay, but you see we're getting there, but notice as we get closer, right, we get 4, right? We'll do this again, and it's still going to show up over here. Hang on. All I'm doing is making a window that starts at 5% in, 5% up, and is 90% wide and 90% long. And bring it over to, oh man, hang on. Is that what it's called? Oh boy. Negative 95, I think then. Does that work? Does that work here? 0.95. Where's the other one here? There we go. That'll do it. Awesome. Okay. So by the time we get this to 0.5, hang on. Right, we're still not up to 1. Okay, let's make this 10. Get real drastic here. Okay. We're still not up to the 1 that we want it to be, because remember, we're trying to get from 0 to 1 as fast as possible. Right? And we're still only like 0.9, but now we're overshooting our mark where we want to get to, right? And this problem becomes more and more problematic. You'll also notice that there's oscillations, right? So now we're going, oh, too far, oh, not too far, oh, less. So it's like they're swinging back and forth like a drunk guy on the side of the road trying to touch his arms to his nose, right? This is the inherent problem with control, with proportional control of a second order system. Okay? Yeah, so by the time we get up to 1, like we can make this probably need to be something like 50 by the time we're there. Right there. And look at this, we're still not close to 1. We're at 50. Right? But as part of the tuning process, we want to get as close as we can before there's continuous oscillation, if I remember correctly. Okay. So let's just say 100. What is a second order system? Okay. Okay, let's just say you ever seen a spring damper before, like a shock absorber? It's got a spring and a strut, right, on a car. Like one of hang on. Come on. Yeah, something like this. All right. You've probably seen one of these in your car or near a car or something car related, right? This is called a shock absorber, but this is also called a spring damper. Okay? So a spring damper is important. Hang on. Because the spring and the damper behave on two very different properties, but they're very important to controlling of a car. So a spring is responds to a change in position, right? So if you squeeze a spring half its length, you get half as much force as if you squeeze it in its entire length, right? The amount of force that comes out of a spring is proportional to the amount that it's squished. Does that make sense? This is why we talk about a spring constant, which is usually like it's a force like pounds per inch or KSI per whatever. Oh, okay. Sorry, Landy. I wish I could finish up quickly, but this is going to be a little bit of a longer topic. Oh, no worries, man. Thanks for sticking around. You've been here since I think the longest one so far. So thanks for. Hopefully, we'll see you next time. Don't forget to stay nerdy. Everybody hates on nerds. Nerds are we drive the world, man. All right. Well, then come back again. We'll repeat the process. Okay. All right. So there's these things called the time derivatives of position. Sounds extreme and mathematical, but you know what they are. If you take a change in position over a change in time, you get velocity. Oh, of course. Good night, man. So you get change in position over change in time is velocity. Okay? Change in velocity over change in time is acceleration. Right? These are your time derivatives of position. So a second order system has position, it has response to position, and has response to the rate of change of position. Okay? This is where that strut comes in. Have you ever played with oobleck before, Googlu? Oobleck being cornstarch and water. Yeah, every time I use the term oobleck, people that's generally the response I get, but it's still its proper name. So you mix cornstarch and water, right? When you slap it, the water becomes rigid. It'll literally fracture before it bends. But if you push your hand into it slowly, it sinks. Right? This is a non-Newtonian fluid, but it responds differently, not with force, but with the rate of force. Okay? So springs respond to how far you push them. Dampers respond with how fast you push them. Right? The harder you push on a damper, the more it's going to resist you. Right? But it doesn't matter how far you push it. What matters is how hard you push it. Okay? So when you combine a spring and a damper, that is a second order system. There's other examples, like there's thermal equivalents and electrical equivalents, but that is the crux of the basics of a second order system. Make sense? Okay, so here is the basics of the Ziegler-Nichols PID tuning method. Okay, so you start off with KP, all right, and you're going to keep jacking this thing up until you reach stable and consistent oscillations. Right, so see the way this is, the damping, they're going away slowly over time. You're just going to keep cranking up KP until eventually you're going to reach a point where it just oscillates forever. I think. Hang on. What am I doing wrong? To reaches the ultimate gain KU, which is the output of the control loop has stable and consistent oscillations. I'm just reading something on the side here. KU and TU, okay. Aggressive gain and overshoot, okay. Hang on, let's try a different way of doing rules for tuning PIDs. Pessin integral rule. Where's the Pessin closed loop tuning? Okay. Turn P only mode, turning integral and derivatives, turn up KC. It requires KC in increments when get stable, sustained, periodic oscillation in the output or close to it. Mark this critical value as KU, the ultimate gain. Notice a period of oscillation. Okay. Let's dial this back to 100 then. Oops. Okay. Tyrosine Lubian. Oh, there's a new one that I've never heard of. Give me 1 second. Because I've never liked the Ziegler-Nichols. It's too aggressive for me. Okay, Cohen-Kuhn test. Perform an open loop test of the model. Measure the processes in steady state. Okay, no, we don't want this one. Okay. Determine the sign of the process gain. Open loop. Implement a proportional control and set a new set point. Increase proportional gain until it's sustained periodic. No, we don't have sustained periodic. Okay. Closed loop on-off test. Let the process settle into a steady state. Move the set point to a current steady state. Implement an on-off relay controller. Man, these are all weird. See, there's no really set best way to tune a PID. Tuning rules for PID. Okay. We need to find the KU. Hang on. Problem is our system is too simple. This is the problem. Overdamped. Okay, so what this is one is okay, hang on. Give me 1 second here. GA equals TF 1 over 1 plus 1. GB equals TF of 1 over 5 and 1. GC equals TF. I'm trying to follow an example online here. So 1 over 0.2 1. Okay. GP is GA times GB times GC. All right. Whoa. Yeah, we're gonna, it's because this is dialed way back. Okay, hang on. All right, now we're back to a 0.5. Okay. If we get to 37, okay, there we go. This is what I'm talking about, sustained and stable oscillations, right? So if we create this 10, right, you get some oscillations, right? We go to 20, we're getting more oscillations. We get to 30, getting a ton of oscillations. Go to 40, and the system's going to be out of control. Yeah, see, it goes, if you zoom in real close on one of these, hang on, where's my view zoom tools? Tools. Zoom in. Right? If you look at this, like it's there, it's just going rapidly out of control. You see, so we went too far. It turns out 37.44 is going to be roughly the point that we're looking for. There you go. See the way these are consistent, right? You with me? So the first step to tuning a PID is you turn I and D off, and you jack up P until you get consistent but stable oscillations. Right? If you go any higher than this, you go to say 38, right? You're going to get oscillations that go out of control. And if you go down to like 36, right, you're going to get oscillations that eventually flatten out to 0. So you want in between. This is called the critical frequency or the critical gain, ultimate gain. There's different ways to describe it, okay? But the point is, this is 37.44 in this example. Okay, if you measure the time in between these, hang on, see if I can measure it here. Tools, data tips, right? The time here is 3.94, right? And let's measure out 10 to, get rid of those. Hang on, delete all current data tips. Okay, there was 3.94. Let's count at 10 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 29.2. Where's my trusty calculator? Which I don't know where it went. Hang on. Okay. 29.2 minus, what was that? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I think it was this one here. 6.49. Did I get that, or was that here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I gotta go back one more. Yeah, 3.94. So minus 3.94 divided by 10. Damn it, 29.2 minus 3.94 divided by 10, because we took 10 waves. It's 2.526 seconds for the oscillation. All right. So we're going to take those values, and you're going to, so KU, the ultimate gain, which is where we hit the oscillations, was 37.44. Our critical gain, which is where we're going to start our tuning, is KC, which is the half of that, which is 37.44 divided by 2. Oops. Is 18.72. All right. And so there's basically tables. You look this up, and if you go into if you want to do just P control, proportional control, you go 18.72 here, and this will be the best you can do with just proportional, right? It's the least oscillations and the fastest response time. If you do this with proportional and integral, you can get away with you divide it by 2.2 instead of just 2, and you take half of your period, which was the 2.5 something, so you get 1.26 here, right? You run this, getting a little bit better, not as much overshoot. That one, the other one was up in the 2s, I think. And if you go for full PID control, I think, hang on here. No, dude, I gotta go to bed. It's like 1:27 in the morning here. However, if you show up at a stream in the future, I will have no problems whatsoever going through this again. Do me a favor. Look up Ziegler Nichols. Is Ziegler dash Nichols Nichols. That's the Ziegler Nichols method. Is what we were just looking at. That's the most popular way of tuning a PID controller. But key point is no dead time. Systems with dead time, which is they'll respond eventually. Systems with dead time are a pain in the ass to control with PIDs. All right, so that's everything for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the content here, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Mash that tiny bell, and you'll be informed the next time I'm online or drop a chapter from the Gaming Nerd. To my current viewer, Google Craft, thank you so much for the conversation. Your chat is appreciated. It bumps me up in the algorithm. And I hope you enjoy your shower. We'll hope we see you next time. And do not forget the most important part, guys. Stay nerdy. Have a good night, folks.